Hello you beautiful people. In this video I'm gonna quickly try to go over 3 of my favorite PvP super setups for my hunter. Let's not waste time and check it out. The first one is going to be the Night Stalker top tree combined with the 6th Coyote. Now what this exotic piece does is it gives you an extra dodge, and when we combine it with a top tree, it means that we're gonna have double invisibility dodges. And it's just awesome. It's just so much fun to be invisible pretty much at all times in the Crucible. The amount of time it's gonna get you out of some insane situations is just beautiful. And overall, it's just a super fun build. So if you have this chest piece, I really recommend checking this one out. As you can see, I run 100 recovery. I really like it, especially with this build, because what happens is if you're hurt, go invisible, you're trying to get out of the situation, you recover real fast because you have 100 recovery. You turn around, dodge again, meet the guy that was chasing you, you're invisible, and you take him out. It is just so cool to use. If you have this one, definitely test it out. And as the super itself, let's take a look. I use top tree, deadfall, the void anchors fired from shadow shot become traps and wait for prey. Void anchors have increased range and last longer, which means pretty much you throw an arrow and anything that gets close whenever it touches any kind of surface or even a player itself is going to get tethered, and even if they are in their super, they're gonna get suppressed. It also shares damage among the tethered people, so it's not a slaying super, it's more like a strategic super, so you gotta know when to place it and how to place it. It's not as strong as the other roaming supers when it comes to slaying, but it is a pretty unique one, so if you get used to it, I would say it's still pretty decent. But the main thing we're using this tree here is the vanishing step. Dodging makes you vanish from sight for a short time. With that chest piece, we get 2 of these, which is extremely fun. We have Keen Scout, which makes your radar pretty much better, and tethered enemies are marked for easy tracking. Then we have Snare Bomb. Now this one is really interesting because not only does it disorient people who go close to it and it kind of unleashes the smoke on them, but also if you place them on surfaces, what happens is they see them on the radar as an enemy, so it's really good. You throw this bomb, you kind of flank them from the other side, they get confused. If you use this right, this can also be really strong. For the grenade itself, I use a vortex grenade. Now for my style, because I play with a bow, and even when I don't, I use this grenade in order to kind of block people out, especially the rushers. When you know they're coming at you, or maybe even a super is running at you, you throw it on the ground, you throw the smoke on the ground, and they're just getting destroyed while trying to get close to you, and then you just shoot them and take them out. For the dodge, mostly I use marksman's dodge. I love to have that reload whenever I want while dodging, especially when I'm running out of my shotgun ammo. Sometimes I do use gambler's dodge, but mostly, as mentioned, I go for the top one. And for the jump, for me, it's always about that triple jump on my hunter. Now, the second build I really like to use is the golden gun combined with stompies. I do have one problem with my stompies, is that its recovery is pretty low. So sometimes, because I can't hit 100 recovery on this build, I like to swap it out for Wormhusk Crown. I also use this helmet on the next build I'm going to show you. But here, let's take a quick look on the super itself. I go top tree once again. I use the 6-shooter. Golden gun can be fired quickly up to 6 times and refunds a bullet with each kill. So if you land a shot, you'll get that shot back, which means you still have 6. Technically, you can wipe out teams with this if you land your shots. It's a really fun super to use. The animation looks really cool. So overall, I prefer this over the Blade Barrage. A lot of people use Blade Barrage, but for me, it's more like a panic super, which is not consistent at all, lately especially. So I do like the top tree more. It takes more time to get used to, but once you do, I feel like it's better. It also has this perk right here, precision kills increased weapon reload speed for you and nearby allies. Always useful. We also have an explosive knife throw, and then we have dead shot, significantly improves your ability to hit with golden gun, which is again really good for the super. For the grenade, I use the swarm grenade. Once again, same stuff, kind of try to block people out that are rushing, or if I see somebody low, I just throw it in. It does have a bit of tracking on it. For the dodge, same here, marksman's dodge most of the time as mentioned, and triple jump. The third one is pretty much meta right now. It is the Arc Strider, for me it is the bottom tree. I'll explain why in a second. I like to combine it with the Wormhusk Crown. There is one perk you really need for this build, and it is on your class item. It's called Arc Battery, which activates from the artifact this season. So you have to kind of unlock your artifact and then unlock the Arc Battery perk on your class item. And let's see what we have here on the Arc Strider tree itself. It is bottom tree. The first perk here is Lightning Reflexes. You are harder to kill while dodging. We also have Focused Breathing. Sprinting recharges your dodge ability, increased maximum sprint speed. We have Disorienting Blow. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to disorient the target and nearby enemies. And Combat Meditation. While critically wounded, melee and grenades recharge drastically faster. For the grenade, I use Arc Bolt, especially because I use a bow. I tag someone, throw a grenade, and just finish the enemy. Same dodge here, Marksman's Dodge, and I use the same triple jump for my Hunter. Now let's take a look on why this build is so good when you combine all of this together. As we saw on the super tree, your dodge is harder to kill. Now when you combine it with the Arc Battery perk on your class item, what happens is you get an overshield with Arc Battery every time you dodge. So your dodge is harder to kill, you also get an overshield, and while you dodge, you also get a small health and shield bump thanks to Wormhusk Crown right here. So you can see what's happening. Your dodge is pretty much unkillable. You can get out of crazy situations, and it saved my life multiple times in the Crucible, especially on that legend grind this season. There is, however, one more thing you can do with this build. What I like to do sometimes for fun is I switch it up for Shinobus. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a really strong build because the grenades, the skip grenades become insane. You get an extra charge, so you have 2 grenades pretty much. And what happens is all you do is switch to skip grenade, a grenade that splits upon impact, creating multiple projectiles that seek enemies. But when you have this exotic on, this is no joke. When it says tracking, it means tracking. It like tracks them all the way, and it does pretty good damage. If you get damage numbers on your enemy, you get some grenade energy back. So you see where we're going, right? You have a grenade at all times in the game, most of the time, not at all times, but most of the time you always have a grenade. It is extremely good for aggressive playstyle. You throw a nade, and because you just see where they go, you know where your enemy is positioned, especially if they're hiding or camping, and you can rush in and just finish them because they're already taking damage from that grenade. Or you can just throw 2 grenades and be super annoying and take them out. Well guys, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those were my 3 favorite super builds for my Hunter for PvP. Right now my goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers, so any kind of support is super appreciated. Thank you once again, and as always, have a crazy beautiful day.